Well, we got this thing back in the garage and we need to do some work to it. This bumper was no good. I knew it was going to be no good, but I wanted to try it out for you guys. So we have some issues. The frame is bent, so we're going to put some plates on the frame. We're going to pull the bumper off and put a different bumper on it. Try to plate this thing back together a little bit as we can. Both sides are bent. So if I have to go for tech and they ask me why it's got plates, I can use this video as a reference. What took us out at the last demolition derby, we lost an injector in this thing. And it was kind of random and unprepared. And then because I was so slow, they got a spindle. So we've already fixed the spindle and we've already fixed the injector. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to fix the front end of this, throw some plates on it, get a better bumper, and then make sure this engine's running good. So my time is kind of limited. I'm working midnights and I don't have a whole lot of time to work on this. So some of the videos might be some spotty stuff, but we're gonna start today with the torch and start cutting the bumper off and going from there. I don't think this is gonna be a lot, but I think it's gonna be a lot because of my schedule. So let's get started on this. Well guys, here we are a different day, still working on this car. We got done. Okay, we got the front bumper cut off. We had to torch it off. This frame rail doesn't look too bad, but this frame rail's having a bad time. So I think we're gonna get the porta power out and we're just gonna try to push it back over a bit and then throw some plates on it. I'm thinking maybe one plate on the inside and this one here is starting to cave over on itself right there. Well, let's get that porta power out and we'll start pushing this frame kind of straight again. And then we'll see, we'll go pick out a new bumper to put on it, that's for sure. Well, here we are on a new day. I've been getting a lot of comments telling me I'm not really filming anything for this channel and I'm not filming me working on this stuff. And my response to that is, guys, I am so busy. I've had comments, people tell me, oh, you're not filming as much as you did when you build in your stuff. You're right, I'm not. Well, here's the reasons. I'm working midnight, so I leave my house at 9:20 p.m. to start my 11 o'clock shift because I work an hour and 20 minutes away from my house. And I get off at 7 a.m. and I make it home for 8:30 in the morning. And then I play with my 6-month-old son. And then by the time I go to bed, it's 9:30 in the morning. I wake up at noon and I come out here for 2 hours, or I have to do stuff with Tabitha and Sawyer. And then I go back to bed around 4 p.m. and then I wake up at about 9 p.m. and then I go to work. So my time out here is very, very sporadic right now. But I'm still trying to build stuff for you guys and I'm still trying to make you content. But it's just hard for me to be able to come out here and film. And then Steven and I have been going through zip ties pretty aggressively, so Steven just bought, was it 2,000? They put the sticker over it, but they look like 2,000 zip ties, so that's kind of nice, and some new fuel clamps. Amazon is your friend, guys. But we've got a lot of work done to this. To be honest, it really wasn't a whole lot. We put the hydraulic pusher on this, we spreaded the frame back. I still need to plate that section right there because it is all kinds of frigged up. We put the bumper on. I don't know what this bumper's off of. I think I got a heck of a deal when I bought this bumper because it was pre-ran and the back's all ripped out of it. I think I paid 20 bucks for it. I'm not 100% sure. It's obviously a metric GM of some kind from the 80s. But what confuses me is all the bolts are actually Torx instead of 13 mil, so that's a bit different to me. We mounted it upside down, mostly because right side up was all twisted, but it fits on here. This here is gonna be a one run bumper. Hopefully it does a little bit better than the other one we had on here. But, so there's still a couple things that we have to do to this. I've noticed that we have no power steering fluid. So I'd like to figure out if there's a broken power steering line. We have a damaged driver's side axle, and I think that was from when I broke the spindle. So we're gonna be changing out that axle and plating the frame. And then I wanna make sure that this thing runs really good. So I think I can get this thing done today, hopefully. So, let's see what we can do to this. So I sat here for 15 minutes trying to decide if I wanted to change this axle, and I determined stop being lazy. Remember that guy that tells you to go to the gym? Well, that was my inner monologue telling me to change this axle. It got hurt in Schaumburg, but we're changing her out. I'll bring it as a spare, but honestly, it's pretty much cooked. I'm so used to half shafting these Camry axles because it's just easier. But oh, I thought I got it there. But if you have the full axle, might as well just change the whole thing out. There. And now we can just jam this whole greasy bugger in there, and then that way it keeps all the grease. Usually I just half shaft these. I find it a little bit easier. But today we're gonna full shaft it. Gotta love giving her the full shaft. Usually I like to anti-seize these, but I have actually recently ran out of anti-seize, so I've been using brake compound. I should probably buy some brake lubricant. Should probably buy some anti-seize off of Amazon. If any of you guys seen how much stuff I buy off Amazon, like I'm probably half the reason why Jeff Bezos has his second damn boat. But let's get going. There's really no sense hiding it from you guys. You guys find out anything, everything. So I call these axle spacers. I just take a flat plate, some hole saw bits, and I cut them out. Oh. And there we go. Let's put all this thing back together. Putting this thing back together, I find Toyotas are like jigsaw puzzles, except there's only like 7 pieces, maybe 9. So it's a jigsaw puzzle even I can do and get enjoyment out of. That's back together that quickly. So now I put my wheel spacers on. Again, I run the wheel spacers because I like them. Do they do me any good? Who knows? And then we throw our fresh, retired double Mazda B2200 rim on here. And these, if you guys don't know what a Mazda B2200 is, that was my very first truck. My dad traded 2 cases of Carling beer for that. Back when it was like, I think it was $24 for 24 cases, 24 bottles of Carling. But I run the Mazda rims. It's got a thick outer bead to stop the lip from being folded over. As you can see, it's had some good shots. And I find that the thick rim stops the rim from being bent. And the last thing is the valve stem's protected so people can't get at it. You can still make these things go flat, but it takes a lot of effort. Let's get these lug nuts on there. So these here, 21 mil. Oh, I didn't notice something. We have to modify this brake caliper. So to run these Mazda B2200 rims, we have to modify this brake caliper. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So what we have to do is we have to remove this bracket. For derby use, I think this is fine. For track use, do not do that. So the reason that we do that is just to give a little bit more space for the rim. Because the rim actually hits that and it stops the rim from turning. So that's no good. See, now the rim turns. I think there's some play in that inner tie rod. I think it's fine. Okay, we're gonna go cut the one off the other side, and then we're pretty much done and ready to set this thing down. There's still a lot of things we gotta do to this. I'd like to see if it will fire today. I think it will. But we still have to weld some plates onto it right there because it's bent. And that's just about it, I think. I think if we weld one plate on it, maybe two, we should be good. And then go from there. But we got the new axle in, we got the tires on. I'd like to kind of clean up underneath the hood. There's a whole lot of spider webs and mess inside of here. But I guess one other thing we need is a battery. So maybe tomorrow we'll finish this thing up. I ain't got the time to do it today, unfortunately. So it'll be the same video. See you guys back here tomorrow. This is what I'm saying. I don't have a whole lot of time. My day's already over. Yeah, I gotta drive this one out. Oh.